Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House. I'm motivated today, so I did, I decided to go live. And part of that is because, well, I can't see the chat. Okay, it's coming. Hey, everybody. Good. It wasn't working before. Hi, Kay. Hi, Joe, Dale, Kate, David, everybody, Patty, welcome. So anyway, I'm going to get started because I do have a little video I made, silly little video I made. My life revolves around cleaning. You'd think that that's not true, right? Oh gosh, she does videos and she does these things, but my life revolves around cleaning because of a wood stove, 6 cats, candles, dust, living in the country, living on dirt. You know, I know there's nothing paved here. So I thought, geez, you know, when I was doing things today, I got inspired. While I feel good, I'm going to do lives when I feel good. And so that's why I'm not in any schedule, because I feel all right. I'm angry. And hello, Karen Reese. I'm very, very angry at things that are going on in Buffalo, but we'll talk about that later. So while you are joining, I'm going to play a video, just something I did, and then we're going to talk, all right? So here we go. Let me play this I made, and then we'll talk. I love candles. So I thought today we would talk about soot. So I like technology, and this certainly helps when you have a bad back. However, this is not why I'm making this video. I want to show you something. This is the soot from all the candles I burned during the holiday. So when you burn candles, I open this, but when you burn candles, and I had cleaned this before I put all these candles in, candles, soot, literally. And I don't care what anybody says, where's it from? I haven't lit a fire here in ages. I did clean it out. Locally made candles. Locally made candles are the best because they're not going to create the same amount of soot that cheap dollar store candles create. That's all from the last 2 to 3 days of burning candles through the storm with the flue clothes because of majorly cold weather. But this opens it. I just don't use this as a fireplace anymore because that. Today, I have to bring in firewood, but also we don't need the fan because the temperature went up to 40 degrees. But I'll put on the this fan that uses no power. See, shitty candle. But this is a shitty candle where the wick came out. I've got to look and see where these candles are made. I took all this, melted it, put it back in without a wick because I didn't have any. But I don't know where these are made. I don't think I'm going to burn candles anywhere except for here because of the soot. Now here's a cheap ass candle. $5 in a dollar store. Millions of Americans use them. And you saw the soot. I have to look and see where the cheap ass candles are made. And where are they made? Now, can you even see where they're made? Country Candle. Okay, there is, all right, let's see on the bottom. Let's go on the bottom. Country Candle is from this place in Massachusetts. So we're gonna look it up. And there's a website, so that's good. Before I boil what I do is when they can't light anymore, and I really need to buy wicks, I boil the water and either recycle the glass or keep it and use it because these jars are cool for storage once you get it thoroughly clean. I'm saying this is an example of one that doesn't have the wick. So there you go. I love candles. So after all these candles are boiled out, I will wash these glass jars very well, and then I'm gonna keep the wax and eventually buy wicks. I also keep boiled water on the stove. After this last storm, I don't trust anything. It's all boiled in these containers. I'm a prepper weirdo. Now then, look at all the bullshit that comes out of the rings when you clean the glass. All plastic. Plastic! Everything I love is completely fucked up.
Have you ever heard of this issue with candles producing soot?
Yes, I mean, definitely. Patients come in all the time, not necessarily putting those pieces together. I usually go through a checklist of different things. Is there anything about your environment that you've been doing differently? And inevitably, this time of year, it's, yes, you know, we're burning candles.
Now, while any candle can produce soot, there are ways to reduce it. Experts say keep the wick trim to just 1/8 of an inch above the wax and never burn a candle in a drafty area to avoid the flame from being interrupted. Most importantly, if you do see soot, put the candle out immediately. The National Candle Association also says on its website that candles containing too much fragrance or fragrances not approved for candles can burn unsafely, so be sure you're buying from a reputable candle maker.
I love it. Okay, Joe. Old Sage Joe. I said, it's all women in the chat tonight. Look at that. And he begged to differ. Okay, so that's how my mind worked today. It's progressed, you know, during the day. And hi, Andy. See, I go earlier and then the UK people could join us. If you live anywhere near a road, I wouldn't worry about candles, right? Well, I don't. and it's not even candles. Look, it went from candles to the soot. Okay, I was shocked. I really was shocked when I went in there today. I didn't expect to see so much stuff, so much soot. And it got me on this road. And of course, I wrote to my daughter and she weighed in. She goes, "Of course, Mom, I've been telling you about the, what is it? One of the expensive candle companies and how shitty they are. Maybe, $5 dollar store candle versus these expensive ones." And I actually invited her on. I forgot to send her a link, but she just got herself freed from Buffalo's storm. Her driveway was done. And you know what? I doubt she wrote to me to come on. No, she did not. And so I am sure she is making a beeline for her boyfriend. Okay. So anyway, to get back to this subject, the black was awful, and yeah, she told me, but you see, that's why it was a shock to me because I think of and have so many things on my mind that here we go, the fucking candles. And I feel like I'm literally killing my cats. I am literally killing these cats uh, with a wood stove, with the dust, everything, right? Hi, Dave. But it's not really funny. It really isn't funny. And there was a reason why my soon to be ex husband would not let me light candles. And so for 10 years of my life, I didn't light candles. So possibly I'm rebelling. However, be that as it may, I have a couple of articles that we can look at. And this first one, yes, let's see. There could be a big difference between candles in the fireplace as compared in the middle of the room that has to be evaluated. Sure, because maybe it's because there's not enough ventilation in the fireplace. I didn't have the flue open. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just wondering how much of this has been researched. And that was great comment. All right. So let's just look. This is called Green America. And I thought, all right, let's check out Green America, see what they have to say. One of the simplest pleasures in life it is coming home from a stressful day at work and lighting an aromatherapy candle with a special scent intended to make you feel calm and relaxed. Unfortunately, that seemingly harmless candle could be filling the air in your home with harmful pollution and supporting the fossil fuel industry. Alternatives to toxic aromatherapy candles abound. Well, guess what, guys? I don't know. I had some dollar store ones. I had some good ones, I thought, from that Massachusetts company that we're going to look at. All right, just a minute. All right. So there's alternatives. There's beeswax and soy. There's safer, greener options with very little effort. You can fill your home with soothing scents without filling it with toxic gases. And tonight I had candles lit in there in the fireplace, but I opened the flue. It's 40 degrees. Is something wrong with my candles? Well, the biggest issues with petroleum are the petroleum-based wax and air pollution. Avoid aromatherapy candles made of paraffin or gel, both petroleum byproducts. In all things, avoiding the fossil fuel industry when you can make sense of living a green life. Yes, we do. Let's forget about the fossil fuel industry. Yep. Okay. Anyway, so like if you don't have to drive a car to get there, don't. If you have a petroleum-based candle, don't burn it. Nope. Vegetable-based waxes are becoming more and more common, and they are a great substitute for paraffin or gel wax because being greener is a selling point for many customers. And remember, the word is customers because everybody's making money off of the fact that I'm an idiot and like to light candles instead of making my own. Right? All right. So blah, blah, blah. We know the polluting the indoor air, which is completely what I was thinking about today. Once often cited 214 study concluded that under normal conditions of use, scented candles do not pose known health risks to the consumer, and even that carcinogenic chemicals that were released by burning the candles, including benzene and formaldehyde, were still less than half the recommended limits set by the World Health Organization. Oh, okay. The study was peer-reviewed, but it was carried out by scientists. Yeah, by scientists from guess what? Johnson and Son, SCI Johnson and Son, and Procter and Gamble. The moneymakers. 215 study by university-affiliated researchers in South Korea, however, they found that the scented candles release volatile organic compounds, the VOCs that we love and know and inhale freely, and that I'm killing my cats with, both before being lit and while being lit. and even when you're lit, which I'm not. Concluding that scented candles should act as potent sources of VOC emissions in their indoor environments. Exposure to VOCs can cause headaches or irritation to the eyes, nose, throat, nausea, and even damage to the liver, kidneys, or central nervous system. Some are suspected or proven carcinogens. That means if you choose to light candles in your home, be sure to vent space with a fan and or open window. Well, I have an air purifier in that room. I told you I like technology. And I use the fan. So maybe we've been, or I have been moving all the shit around. Yeah, okay. That's what I've been doing. I've been moving all the shit around. Besides endangering your health, soot from candles can cause damage to your walls, appliances, ductwork, and even your personal oh boy, coffee tongue. It's brown. Ductwork. You. And my little kitty's ductwork. Soot can look like black film around the top of the jar on your walls. I didn't even bring an example in here, but you saw it. Or even inside your nose if you have the candle lit too long and fall asleep. Gross. I don't have that. Thank you. Experts recommend trimming the wick, which I do, of your candle before you burn it every time. Not using those petroleum shitty ass, cheap ass, awful dollar store killing Americans and the world, brought to you by extreme capitalism candles, and not burning it longer than 3 hours, which I completely did not listen to during Christmas, and burn them all fucking night long. But I closed the glass, and that is right, because Earth, wherever you are, is probably right that being enclosed created a much more much more conducive atmosphere for the soot. So, all right. So do scents make sense? Do they make sense? You can skip them. Do other things. Basically, do other things. What about the wick? Once upon a time, they had lead core wicks. That's lovely, isn't it? Probably before anybody researched that they shouldn't be burning lead in their home. Fragrance, and listen, they had that for their light in their homes before electricity. No wonder why people live till 35. Manufacturers use lead to make wicks stand firm. A candle with a lead core wick releases 5 times the amount of lead considered hazardous for children and exceeds EPA pollution standards for outdoor air, says the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Exposure to high amounts of lead has been linked to hormone disruption, behavioral problems, learning disabilities, and numerous health problems. Lead wicks were banned in 2003, folks. 2003. Holy fuck. But by 1974, I didn't even know there was a National Candle Association. The members had voluntarily agreed to stop using them. And that's even Yankee Candle. So if you happen to have one left from 2003 in your home, you can still test for a lead wick by rubbing the tip. No, thank you. I'll throw it out. I'll clean it, throw it out, recycle. I don't know. What do you do with that wax? It burns. So where does the wax go? Jesus. Oh, we're fucked every which way. Doomer adjacent. Okay, I'm doomer adjacent. No. Candle-free aromatherapy. If you can't find the right non-toxic aromatherapy candle to get rid of it, use essential oils, basically. But, of course, essential oils are still going to have something. They're an oil, but what are you going to make them from? We'll use a diffuser. We'll use a ring burner. Take a bath. Ugh. Make a spray. Yeah, take a bath. It's so cold in my bathroom. In summary, to safely use scents at home, skip that oil-based paraffin and gel waxes and burn plant-based and beeswax candles. Only trim that wick. Don't burn it longer than you should. Diffuse essential oils at home for aromatherapy. Yeah, don't burn them. Just diffuse them. Yeah, do everything without burning, because my whole life is burning. It seems like, I mean, I am that clueless moron at times when it comes to burning. I just feel like that. All right. So I had a couple other articles, which of course I'm not going to read. And let us see why there is an advertisement on here. And then I'm going to talk to you guys. Let's turn this off. So this is the Kringle Candle Company. And this is the company, I have a lot of their candles. And they sell in the local, I only get it locally in the drugstore, not the dollar store. Those dollar store candles were here. They weren't older than 2003, but they were here. And yeah. Okay. So Kringle candle, and let's go down to, these are the jars. I love their jars. It's too bad I can't use them for, anything more than putting crap in. Then that just adds to more crap in the house, which people are trying to get rid of, including me. All right. So does it have anything that says what's in them? They've been producing innovative, highly scented candles for worldwide distribution. Well, that doesn't look that great, does it? Where'd my chat go? Chat? Doesn't look that great, does it? I can't see. What do you think here? Candles. All right. So see, if you go explore candles, they make the country candles I have. But where is anything that's telling us what's in them? Do you see it? Am I wrong? All right. Well, anyway, that was what I was trying to look for. Let's see. I don't know, guys. So that's the company. I love their candles. I love the way they smell. I love the way they burn. But of course, again, I'm saying I feel like my life is about burning. And let's take a look at Twitter. Look at I put me up there. Never keep your candle lit longer than 4 hours. So basically that's, there wasn't much. All I did was a search on candle soot. And there are things that people were talking about. Wash the soot of the day off. Wrap your this person, their desire is to light candles, wash the soot of the day off, and wrap themselves in a bed sheet and get drunk until your mind goes blank. I guess that's one way of thinking of it. I find that you can find a lot of different people following these roads down in Twitter. All right. So anyway, that was my contribution, and then there was one more. Our dollar store safe, and this was a while back on some search thing, right? Their safe is. Oh no, this is the one. Oh, this is like an article. I think that what this person did was pretty much take an article, and they pretty much said what I just read. This person just said she was a candle maker of 2 decades. So she said it could be the same, but there's the potential for those emissions. So basically that's what I wanted to talk about with this. And absolutely. That's what I wanted to talk about. So let me see what you guys are doing in the chat, because I have more to talk about besides just this, a little bit more before we go and look at your comments. And look at your comments and get back to reality. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to reality. Let's see, giant curve. Burning wood emits more. Yes, I'm sure it does. But then burning fossil fuels. But wait a minute. Yes, and I know that also George Monbiot wrote an article about his wood stoves, and he is lamenting that he made the decision to install 3 of them in his home in the UK. Now, I think the UK probably does not have the kind of availability of wood that the United States does by virtue of the fact that people have hundreds of acres of land, and some are good stewards of the earth, like the people I get wood from, but that's not, I'm not absolving myself. And I don't believe that burning fossil fuels is, they have to get here. I mean, it's what is it? It's either or, giant curve. Yeah, and I don't live in the city. So, yeah, you can't win. But then don't burn wood in the city. I mean, you can put solar panels on, and we're going to have to think of those ways before. That's what's happening anyway. However, there's good stewards of the earth, and no, they don't, Karen. They don't have the resources to have that kind of wood stove. And I mean, I like to, delude myself that mine has got a combustor catalytic converter, and eats it up. But I know when I first burn it and I have the top boop, open, you can see, oh, it's smoking. Yep. But then they're trucking in my fossil fuels. I have propane. A truck comes. They have to use it. They get it from the ground. It's processed. I mean, there's no happy medium, is there? Yep. Oh, perfect, David. Okay. Fossil fuels takes millions of years to form, and wood is essentially generation. All right, so we're talking about fossil fuels. I have to talk about this. We are going to go here. So during the storm, I'm not going to say the name of the channel. Very nice gentleman. There's a few things I'm going to comment about this, but I'm going to start with, because we're talking about fossil fuels, we're talking about, trees, wood stoves. I went, the soot really disturbed me. It really did. I'm going to change habits completely. But of course, I never light candles like that. This was a holiday, but it was a shock. Anyway, all right, so we're moving on. Lovely channel, and a few comments. As we went through this channel of this person who is plowing now and drove through Buffalo during the storm and, showed me areas that I lived in for over 20 years and I didn't have to drive there. Can you see that? Okay. I didn't have to drive there. So I liked watching it. My kid, on the other hand, if I sent her anything about the snow in Buffalo, she didn't want to see it. I understand. So I was watching and seeing. Well, in the chats, and I'm going to tell you that YouTube chats are one of the single biggest indicators of the WASF moniker. All right. So this one, and I'm not going to say anything about the other people because I know somebody. It's a very small world on this chat. But this woman, all right. And I had made a comment about battery backup, that probably everybody should have some sort of battery backup. And as they get better with batteries, and maybe they're not using kids for cobalt mining, who knows? Who am I? It was a comment. I know. I read Bright Green Lies. So, but oil is green. It is dead trees and all that. Drained down sludge, recyclable, burns, makes all gases, methane to diesel. Oil is as green as it gets. And she had made further comments about it. And it was just such, the reasoning was not there, right? It wasn't, well, maybe to some geologist that twisted it around that works for the fossil fuel industry. But Brenda, I had to leave the chat because Brenda made me just want to pull my hair out. And oil is green. Maybe it was green when it was a dead tree millions of years ago. So not only that about the channel, it's very interesting because I'm not monetized. And, people tell me to monetize. They tell me to monetize and they say, do whatever. I don't want to monetize through Google. I mean, I have the little thing, I have my little buy me a coffee and that's right there, bop a bop, and I don't want to monetize through Google. So anyway, I'm going to put this back up because check out. All right, this is the low end of the people that were watching. At the height, there had to be 1,000 people watching this guy drive around in the snow and talk. And very pleasant, for the most part, not political, and just drive around and talk. And people just gave him money, super chats, because super chats are impulsive. But if you look at YouTube and Google, and you look at the super chats, and you look at the money, and you see that it's people helping people, basically. That's what super chats are. You Google all of this giving between each other instead of giving to organizations, charitable organizations in the past, all this donation, it really absolves the government of helping us. And it also shows how, in a way, libertarian minded the world is getting, not to put a political name on it, but more like, not communal, but communal in small circles, maybe, the super chat. It's a psychological phenomenon, and I've given plenty to people, but 297. Now I have right now, which of course I didn't plan, much. I didn't market this, but 31 people watching, which I always say, I'm sorry, it's quality over quantity. Yes. But Andy, going extinct is also green. It's all good. All right. So basically, that's what I wanted to talk about, the culture, the online culture. Yeah, you did. The candleset part is the beginning. Yep. I just wanted to talk about YouTube and how, people will throw money at the screen to stand there and to watch this guy plow a driveway of snow that don't live in snow, probably, mostly. And that, I just think it's funny. Back 20 years ago, I don't think anybody would be standing on the street giving me $5 to watch me plow a driveway. I just think it was wild. And I'm sure that whole phenomenon is just, I don't know, sometimes beyond me, but yeah, the progressives are actually, sure, we all give to each other. I know this, and I'm not putting it down. I'm commenting on society. And yes, progressives give to organizations that are for the good. As long as they're not too big, because the bigger ones, the big greens, we all know what's happened with the big greens. Just look at Corey Morningstar's reporting from, I don't know, 20 years ago. Yeah. It's not soot. It's not aerosol masking in my fireplace. I'm sorry, but that's not what I'm talking about today. But it's nice to see you here. But serenity, tranquility, and peace. I don't think there's any aerosol masking going on. All right. So, what about the fake flickering electric candles? It's all mental. Well, I'm going to try to just detox from all of it. Right. Dwayne says I look like I'm on a ship. Yeah. Woo! I'm on the jet stream, Dwayne. I'm following the jet stream. There you go. All right, guys. So if anybody has any comments, I pretty much I'm done. I talked about my soot issue, and I talked about the what we can do instead. Basically, all of this candle making and everything is just a form of it's capitalism. I talked about YouTube. I talked about super chats. I talked about uh, obscure channels getting hundreds and like 1,000 people watching, and I don't begrudge them making money. It's just the commentary on how people make money these days. People donate to me, and I'm grateful as all hell. Let me tell you, this year I will say thank you because I'm realizing that what I have on Buy Me a Coffee is pays it helps me with the subscriptions and all. It's taxable though on 1099, and I have to I be careful about that. But I'm not looking to make $1 million. And there are people out there, I would say the most abusive of the lot are the the televangelists are the most abusive of that impulsive desire to give money, I would say. All right. Well, what, Michael? With all carbon-based products that burn, there's emissions. Of course. Of course there is. Everything I was saying, my whole life is burning. My whole life is lived around burning something or another. It seems like it, right? YouTube takes about 40. I don't know. I've never even looked. I didn't look. Sam at Collapse Chronicles is not monetized, and he went that way. He tried it, and it was ridiculous. So he said, "Fuck this," because it's just, I don't know. Those people, think about it though. The ones that make 1 million views, I don't even know what they make. People say that YouTube makes millionaires, but I'll never be that. I don't want to be that. I really don't. I would probably give most of my money away above and beyond the shit I have and want and think I need half the crap I don't need. But I'm always honest about that. All right. It's been a pleasure. And I'm very early tonight, and it's kind of neat. Yeah, you do. You're right. You're right. Yep. I get censored because actually, I don't know if anybody shows ads. Does anybody not pay for the subscription where you don't have to see ads and see ads on our channel? That would be, Yeah, I know. He wants me to go. Mark, I have a story. I have a life story, but I'm not sure I could do it or want to do it. Yes. The hell of monetization and catering to views is not something you need. I don't think it is. I like the goodness of people's hearts. I feel that I have the goodness of people's hearts. Burn down the mission if we're going to stay alive. Watch the black smoke fly to heaven. See the red flame light the sky. I don't think I did the right tune, Bila. Okay. All right. Good. You guys have been great. Nice, short, sweet. I was going to chop up yesterday's show, and then I got inspired because, again, I clean all the time. And the soot was insane. If you didn't see my little video, rewind. And I have to tell you guys, I don't know about Friday. I can't guarantee. There's no guarantees in life. None at all. Oh, like and subscribe. While Sam got 1,800 new subscribers, we got about 5. And I would say that is definitely cool. Oh, I didn't do the toilet flush of the day. All right, you guys out there, please tell me today, out of all the topics, what would you pick for the toilet flush of the day? Oversoot. That's hysterical. I love that. That was good. Oversoot. I should have called this oversoot. I probably could redo it. That was awesome. Oh my God. That was great. Oversoot. Okay. Lead. All right. Lead gets the toilet flush of the day. Goodbye, lead. Goodbye. It swirls down as it swirls down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Good night, everyone. It's great to see you, Dawn O'Leary. She joined at the end. Okay. So I'll let you know about Friday. I'm really not sure about it.